Hi everyone, very good morning. Just expecting all those who are practicing with me to open Premiere Pro and mention done once we are ready so that we can start. I hope the screen and the voice is fine. Good morning, Jeet, Drashti. Okay, good morning. Is there a link for some practice files? Arya, I'm just picking up normal files from YouTube. You can, so there's nothing like practice as such. I mean, you'll have some ready videos. And today, so I'm starting with a blank application altogether, Arya. So, you can pick up any video file. It doesn't really matter. Okay, cool. Fine. So, I'm just going with a new project right now. Clicking on new project. Okay, let this be like sample project. Yeah. Okay. Not added anything so far on the screen. No videos added. I want to start off with just creating firstly, like, a title kind of a place. Okay. So I'll go to this text tool here. We've not used the type tool so far. I'm using it for the first time. Click on the type tool here to type down something, and you can create a new sequence from here wherein what you're doing is you're just wanting something to or some place to type down something. Okay. So when I click on the type tool, it should open a new screen for me. Just give it a second. I think it's loading. uh, hasn't really gotten anything. 1 second. Uh, T for type. Just trying to type on something. 1 sec. Not allowing me to. 1 second. Should I need to? I need to create a new sequence first, and then it'll happen. I just went right click new sequence and clicked OK, so that my timeline becomes active. My timeline is not active right now. So yeah, see, your once the timeline is active, I think I can drag and drop the type tool to type on certain thing on the screen because it wasn't allowing me to type. Usually that does directly allow me to type. So here I am, uh, clicked on the type tool and just clicked on the screen. And as you guys know, it's a little bit slow. Yeah, here. Okay, so now it's given me some place to type. So, I can go here and I can type whatever I wish to type. So let me just be like, sample movie title. Okay, now I've done this and select this. Okay, and you'll find some options up here also if you want to modify, or what you can do is just a second. Should give me an option up here. 1 sec. Okay, I think I like this one more because it's giving me a little more options. Okay, otherwise what you can do is you can go to the editing pane and from there you can edit, but it completely depends on how you want to do it. Okay, as of right now I'm just going here. This is my movie title. Okay, you can make basic changes to this, like for example, let me just move on and show it to you a little bit. Okay, like suppose I selected this and moving around with the shapes. See, this is for I'll tell you what the color panel is. Usually if you want to make any edits to the overall video color. Okay, so as of right now, since you've not added any video, you will not be able to make any changes with the color effect or color part of it. But yeah, you just added a simple text up here called movie title, and what I want to do is I want to give an effect on this one. What kind of effect, I'll tell you that also. I wanted to come from the center of the screen and then increase in size. Okay, I want that kind of an effect to give on the text, which is my movie title text here. Okay, So what I will do is very firstly, I'll just move this to the center of the screen. Give me a second. Yeah, I need to change the style also, right? The style is a little bit boring. Let me just change it to something nice. These are all your normal जो word में भी तुमको fonts मिलते हैं. You can just pick up a font from your whichever font you're comfortable in picking up. You just choose a color style or font style from your. Okay, suppose for example I like this one, and this is for the size, just increasing decreasing the size. Okay, so let's say for example it's as of right now say this much, and here this is for like medium, bold, italic. Few fonts do have medium bold, otherwise they don't. This is for center line, so just moving it to the center, and just check if there's anything else you want to do with the text. Like for example, this is all caps. Okay, no caps. This is bold. If you want to make it bold, then italic. Okay, then this is small caps. First letter capital, other letter small but capital. Stroke if you want to give it an outline. So suppose I want this to have a red color outline, and the outline should be say little thick, this much. A shadow if you require a shadow, otherwise it's fine. Set up a shadow up here, and yeah, shadow styles they've given you. Position, I don't want it exactly here. I need it in the center of the screen. Let me just move this here, and using this to move it in the center. Just give me a second. I think this is okay. This should be fine. Scale, reduce the scale a little bit. I need it to be this much when it starts off with it, and I'll add a timeline up here. Beginning may it should be this much, and as it moves little more furthermore in the second, suppose after 2 seconds or 3 seconds, let me keep it like 4 seconds for it to be little good. In 4 seconds, what I wanted to do, I wanted to increase in size, increase in scale to this big. So there's going to be a transition. Boom. Okay, so this effect I've added here. Within 4 seconds, I need the size to increase. And then after that, I needed to fade off. Okay, after that, I needed to fade off. So, I'll do something with the opacity up here. You find opacity option. Okay, opacity option. What I wanted to do in opacity, I want right now to be 100%. And in the next 1 second's time, give me a second. 1 second's time means I'll have to increase the size a little bit of this one. This is just 4 seconds. So just using the normal tool to increase the size. This can be done with selection tool also. Okay, just increasing the size a little bit so that I can do something here. Okay, selecting on the opacity, which was 100 at 4 seconds. And by 8 seconds, I want its opacity to be down to 0. So it'll fade off. Okay, first it'll be small in size. It'll just go, it'll increase in size. And once it's increased in size in 4 seconds, after 4 seconds, it's going to fade off. Now you'll say, ma'am, this is really slow. Can we have it a little fast? So yes, you can just move this closer. And the more closer you move it, the faster it will fade off. See, this is a fast fade off. Okay, even the size increase, if you want it to happen a little fast, you can just take both these dots and move it a little earlier. And wherever you move it, that fast it will happen. Check. This is faster than last time and faded off. Correct. Okay, so this is one kind of movie beginning effect you can do. You can do many kinds of movie beginning effects, but yeah, this is one of them. And if you want to change the color in the beginning, or you want to do some kind of those kind of effects, you can also do that. Okay, if you remember when we had gone up with the text part, right? Suppose let me just, yeah, okay, increase size I think will help. Give me a second. Yeah, okay, here when you look at the text, you have 2-3 options up here, which is leading, kerning, which we had done when we had started off with the text part. You remember in layouts and all, I think on my PPT I had it. Okay, was these 2 points, leading and kerning. So suppose if I just increase the leading points, this is usually used on movie titles and all to make it look more nice. This is making the text more close to each other versus this is little far to each other. Okay, so you can create an animation like this also, where originally it's like this, and then what you want is it should fade off while it separates, and it should start fading off. I want that kind of an effect to happen. Usually when nothing mentioned, it's 100. So it's like this. Okay, can you keep this like normal? This is normal. And where is my opacity box? Yeah, here. From here, I believe. Okay, from here, what I wanted to do is while fading off, I needed to kind of have, so I'll just set up a pointer here. It's usually 0, and before it fades out here, right? It should separate and fade out. Okay, not just fade out, but separate and fade out. So separate and fade out, I'm just increasing the leading point of here. I believe you'll get to see a difference when I play it. Give me a second. Okay, I think it's getting faded off as well, so not able to see a lot of difference here. But or do one thing, maybe you can separate it first and then you can fade it off, so you'll be able to see a difference. Second one being for kernings or spaces between lines. Now, spaces between lines is the space that you give between movie and title. So if you want a lot of space here, what you can do is you can just see. So if you want the movie name to be written first and then title to come from below to top, you can do that. Okay, I'll show you this. I'll tell you where in the ending, right? I need to show cast and all of that, the rolling scroller. I want to be able to create that. So for that, I will be showing you how do you go about with the move tool and up there. So I'll show you that part. But so far, are you clear with what I did? I just created a simple movie title text box, and I gave an animation to that. Are we clear so far? Right. Okay. Here are a few more. So suppose, for example, if I want to increase the temperature, tint is basically like any change in colors and all of that. So I want the entire color. Yeah. So far the color is white, right? I can change the color tint if I want to. So if you just see, if you move with the color tint, you will find a change with the color. See, it's moving its color shade, okay, to yellow or something. So if you want to modify this color tint, you're free to do that using this tint option. Okay, then let me just show you the others as well. Okay, exposure, again, how much exposure is it to light? So the higher the exposure, the higher it will look whitish if you see on the background of it. And this is darker. Okay, how much light is being exposed on the text? You want to have more light, you can increase the exposure and you will see higher light effect being coming up. Correct. Okay, so that's for exposure. If you want to add that contrast, usually used in cases of pictures. So what happens is not only movie titles, but after movie titles you have names or logos of the companies who are there. Like for example, if it's a movie title, after the movie name is showcased or before the movie name is showcased, actually you'll get to see all the producers and all the sponsors logos. So for all that, you want to make a highlight or you want to do something with the contrast, you can do that up here. Okay, usually will not show in text, but if you add an image, okay ma'am, how do you add an image? Simple, you can go and import that here. Like you add videos, you can also add images. Let's say for example, I wish to add an image. Just give me a second, I'll share my screen again, full screen. Okay, and what am I doing is I can just go to Red Chili's logo, I'll take up and I'll put it up on the movie title. Give me a second. Okay, yes, just wait for it to load. Yes, so here it is. Suppose I think I'll take the black one more. It looks more better, I believe. This one I can pick up. Save image. So just placing it on the desktop right now and save. Yeah, it's saved now. You can drag and drop this on Premiere Pro. Go to Premiere Pro, leave it in your import panel, leave. So you'll be able to see this logo up here. And what I want is, I want this text to move a little ahead. So I'm just dragging it a little ahead. And before this text, I want this image. So this is the image. Okay, now that you've added an image up here, you will be able to play around with this image settings. Like for example, the image color, the image opacity. So like suppose for example, I want this to first fade out and then my movie title to come with that animation that I have created. So I can do that. Suppose let me just the opacity initially was say 0, so no opacity. Okay, after that I moved a little more ahead and the image started being opaque, 200 suppose. Okay, and it stayed for say 1 second or so, and again it was 100 up here, and after 100 it will reduce, give me a second now, it will reduce up here to say 0. Okay, and that's it. I want only this much part, I don't need the remaining part. So what I can do is I can just reduce it to this small, and then after that add this. So what's going to happen is, have a look, it'll have this, it'll fade on to 1 second, it'll stay, fade off, and start with movie title. That will also come and it'll fade off. Right? Okay, again, you don't require these extra parts. I can just reduce it in size. So maybe just use the razor tool and cut it off. Okay, come back here, select, delete. Yeah, so this is what I've done. And it goes and this comes up and this fades off. Right? Am I clear so far? Yeah, anyone has any doubts? Okay. We also have other kinds of things that you'll get to see here. Like for example, you'll find sequence, you'll find adjustment layers, bars and tones. So what are these exactly? So few videos you'll be able to see a bar and tone. I think you've seen these earlier. Nowadays, so nobody really uses these, but these. Okay, these were there once upon a time on TV when there is no network and you want something to load on. This voice and this effect used to come up. So this is called as bars and tones. This is just to verify that the person who's using the screen, is he able to see all the colors of the screen or no. Okay, so for like testing sake, you have this option, and bars and tones are were used at that time. Back now, not really many people still use bars and tones, but if you require to any point in time, you have this bars and tones options also available to add on. Okay, again, here you have volume and all to check, suppose, because since this also has a volume, to check if the sound is working properly or no. If you want to do that, here you have okay, Akshat, where did I get it from? I'll show it to you. Just a second, I'll delete this and do it again. Give me a second. Wrong tool. Delete. Okay, and I have got bars and tones from here. I did right click up here, right click, new item, and select bars and tones. Okay, Akshat. Did you find it? All right, cool. So I think we've got it. I'll show you the other ones which we also have. This is just a plain black video. If you want to add something on it later on, I can just add a black video. Okay, this is a plain black video. Nothing written on it. It's just plain black. Okay, when can you use this? Usually when you want to add a shape or add some effect on it later on, you can use this black video, and this black video will basically be, it's usually good for effects and all only. Okay, so like you can blend this with some other I'll show you some example. Wait, I need a sample video for that. Give me a second. I think last time we did have some videos, right? Let me just import those. Import any one of the videos that you have. A second. Downloads will have some videos. You're not very sure which one is this, but let me try. There is an option here wherein if you want to import from PowerPoint, okay, PowerPoint where you've added some transitions, animations, you have an option to import PowerPoint to Premiere as well. I'll show you that also. Just remind me once. Okay, so just give me a second. I was here, and this happy birthday, I don't know which one. I'm just picking it up and leaving it here. Okay, so there is a video, but there's a black video on the top, so I can't see it. Okay, and once the black video is gone, let me just close the voice because it will keep bothering us. Give me a second. I'm keeping the speakers off for now, and once this is done, you'll be able to see the happy birthday SRK video. Again, this is one which is picked up from PowerPoint, but I'll show you how to make one on PowerPoint as well first. Okay, and then we can go about with that. But yeah, there is a black video on the top. That's the concern. So what can I do is I can blend this further. Okay, like in PowerPoint you had sorry, like in Photoshop you had blending options. Okay, you had normal, dissolve, light, all of those. So you can just blend the two of them. Suppose this is the one. One thing I can do is reduce opacities so it looks opaque like this. Okay, or else I can change the blend. So I can make it dissolve, I can make it multiply, color burn, like the normal effects which you have. Okay, so here you can add those effects as well. One second. Yeah. Okay, again, I think this is not really properly placed because happy and birthday is getting cut. So what I can do is I can just move. Let me just check if it's moving. The placing of the video. Just a second. Yeah, just moving the placing because it wasn't placed correctly. So I just placed it here, or I can just reduce the scale to make it little short. If you feel that this is too big and you want to place it exactly in the center. So I'm just using placing option up here. Okay, again, when you reduce the scale, just have a check on how much is the original size of the background and then do the scaling part. Just a second. I'm just reducing this a little more. And, I can position this a little bit more on this side. Yeah, I think this is the size of the video because when I go a little more ahead to play it, you will be able to see that there are more parts of the videos as well. So just reducing the size 50, around 50 scale should be fine. Yeah, and position this on the side. Still a little more on the right, left, because it's not placed well. So yeah, perfect. Okay, so that's what I was adding a black on the top so that I could able to I'm able to see this area on the top and here below. Okay, usually I'll tell you when you have TV advertisements and all, right, it's important for you to add a black screen below. You will not see the entire advertisement. So if you observe the advertisement little closely, you will understand that not the entire advertisement is covered in the entire screen. There are occurrences where they leave the part on the top and below black. Okay, so that is a reason, or that is a place where it's important, because I'll tell you why that is happening also. That various screens, TV, every TV is not of the same size. Okay, so to maintain uniformity in the way you see the video, it is important to add a black screen below. Correct. Okay, so yeah, that's the idea of having black screen up here. And rotate is definitely, if you want to rotate the video or the object, this will be like, while the video is being played, it will also rotate. So if you want to have that kind of an effect, you can do that. Okay, usually to create a kind of like I move it a little bit here, and then again come back to normal. Kind of giving this kind of effect if you want to. So that option is available. And yeah, opacity, I mentioned to you, if you want to reduce the opacity and all like this, you can do that. these are all various effects which you have, volume effects and all also present. Okay, now one thing, let me just create parts of this to understand that. One sec. Okay, so here already, you know, there are transitions which are present, but suppose for example, if I wanted to uh, you know, add another video up here, let me try to do that. Mm, just adding one more video. I think this is the last time's gentleman video, if I'm not wrong. One sec, just check. Yeah, this is the gentleman video. So now what I want to do is, between these two videos I want to add a transition. Okay, between this video and this video I want to add a transition. So how will I do that is, basically I will go to your effects transition. So you'll get to see in the effects panel itself on the left hand side, you'll be able to see a lot of effect controls which are available, and you can choose any effect up here. Okay, so video effects, audio effects, or however which kind of effects you want, just go to media browsers. uh, Wait, give me a second because this one is too small. One sec. uh yeah, okay, so here you have video effects, but I don't want to use any of these. I want to find some other video effects. So let me just, because these I've already shown it to you, I want to do something different this time. Okay, I think I can use this. Okay, up here you got various kinds of libraries, infos, and effect controls. Okay, depending on how you want to go about, you know, it completely depends. We've already done various kinds. I don't know what else can I go about with, but I'll just show you some. Okay, move here and go to transitions. Okay, here I have audio transitions, but you will also find video transitions, like something like linear wipe or radial wipe. Let me try radial wipe. I'll put it between the two videos. Okay, transitions. Just give me a second. Yeah. Okay, I'll pick up one transition from here, put it between the two videos. Okay, insufficient media, the transition contain. Okay, let's check. See, do you see the transition that happened between the two? How does that video come in the between? Yeah, so this is the transition effect that I've added in the middle. Without the transition, ma'am, I'll just delete the transition first and show it to you. See, without the transition, it's like this. Okay, but with the transition, you can add in a transition effect, drag and drop it between the two videos, click OK and check. See, with the transition effect. Are we clear on how to add the transition? I added video transition there. Do you understand this part? Just one time, ma'am, where did you go? I think we were imports here on the media browser. Actually, we were initially here. And what I did is I went here. I selected effects from here. Effects, click on effects, and I wrote transition. So you'll find audio and video transition. Audio is for sound. If you want between the two sounds, you want some effect, you can add that, or video transitions are available. Like in video transitions, I had these. I can also add more transitions, effects. They're all available online. You know, you can download whichever transition you like. But these are a few transition effects. Like you'll be able to see VR effects, iris effects, page peel effects. Like if I just drag and drop it, say okay, and have a look. See, page peel effect. So you know, like that you will find variety of effects up here. Just drag and drop and check if it's looking good and apply that effect. See there. Okay, so variety of transitions, effects there. You can try which one you like. And yeah, at the end, if you want to add credits, you can add that. Like for example, you know, you want to put a cast and credits and stuff like that, so you can just you know, go about with that. So suppose after this I want to add a text, so just taking the text tool and type. First, make sure that your mouse is here, okay, at the end, and then take the text tool and you know, go here and type. Okay, made See, now by default it will take me that original movie title thing. If you want to change the style, you can go and modify that. Okay, so here we are, and what I'll do is I'll just reduce the size is too big. Okay, also if you want to just make it, give me a second, of a different style and color, so you want to change, sure. So modify the appearance, fill color, maybe uh, white or yellow, probably brighter yellow will do. Okay, and stroke, I don't require a stroke, so it will be plain. And shadow also we don't require because the background is black, so having a shadow will not make any sense. Okay, just removing the shadow also. Okay, position, if you want to move the position from your somewhere. So what I want to do is basically I need it to come from down to up. Okay, so my position is initially down, position being initially down, and then what I want is it should move up, नीचे से ऊपर आना चाहिए. Okay, so by the time it moves, by the time the video ends, I need it to move up. So I'll add another keyframe up here, and I'm moving this. Move it up. Yeah. Okay, I think I've not added it correctly. Just putting it in the center. This is in the center, and this is moving upwards. Okay, and like this it has to move throughout. Okay, like this, right? So I think I haven't really set it right. One second. uh, this is 205 here, and this is 137. So let me just make this also 137. You just double click on this and make this say 137, so it will move correctly. Check. Right? Okay, so like that you can add more, like you can add cast and directed by and all of those, and you can add those effects and you can keep. So you'll be learning more over there as well. Okay, also rotation, if you want to rotate it, you want to move it at one side, you want part of it to be video and part of it to be text. Like for example, I'll show you how I want it. Suppose this is the video, right? I don't want the entire part to be video. Side में मुझे ये text चाहिए made by the SYBMM class, and बाकी का मुझे video चाहिए. Okay, so I don't require this. Let me just delete this. Okay, and video playback. Let me just reduce the size. Give me a second. Position scale, right? Just reduce the scale. Suppose this much. Okay, and move the position to this corner. Okay, and उस corner में I need made by SYBMM class should come ऐसे rotate होके. Sorry, नीचे से ऊपर आके. So let me just take this made by SYBMM class, move it on the top. Okay, here, see, have a look. I want it to come from here. So I'll just, maybe I can just increase the size also here so that. Now I need this to come, but I want it to come, I'll tell you where, from here, not on the center of the text. So what I will do, I'll go here, I'll just scale it down a little bit, thoda size kam karna padega mujhe. Okay, and second thing being, move the position up here. So making it like 580, 590 something. Just check with the position. Give me a second. Yeah, okay. So 600 I think will be good. 600. Okay, keep it 600 by 240 so far. So let me just see if this is a keyframe, and by the end of it, it has to move like this. See, okay, till here. Okay, so it is actually moving effect. Plus, I have given the position also that I wanted only there. So, and the remaining part, definitely you can just cut it off with the razor. So I'll just cut. Okay, and not use this part, backspace. So this is how, added video is also there. It's moving side by side. Side by side, the text is also there, and that is also moving. Right? Okay, so you can add these to the video as well to make it look, usually even professional movies and all that, at the end of the movie, you get to see the cast and all. So movie cast and all, they make it with this effect, right? Okay, I hope it's clear. We'll stop here for today then. Yeah, Singham and all, yes. Fine. So we stop here for today and